There are seasons in life when the pressure feels unbearable, when your heart is heavy and it seems like everything around you is closing in. You've prayed with tears, you've waited in hope, you've held on with faith, and still nothing seems to shift. But hear this clearly: God is not finished. The one who made the heavens is not pacing in worry over your situation. He is moving, He is working, and He has not forgotten you. The God who led Israel through the Red Sea, the God who protected Daniel in the lion's den, the God who silenced storms with a single word, that same God is still alive today, active, present, and powerful, and He will do the impossible in your life. We throw around the word impossible like it's a full stop, but God sees it as an invitation. Where we see a wall, He sees a door. Where we see the end, He sees a beginning. Man says it can't be done. God says, watch me. You might be facing a health report that seems final, a financial crisis that looks unfixable, a relationship that feels beyond repair, but God speaks into chaos and brings order. He steps into darkness and commands light. Let me tell you, God's delays are not His denials. You're not being ignored, you're being prepared. Sometimes the silence is the sound of heaven working behind the scenes. You might be in the fire right now like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and yes, it's hot, yes, it hurts, but you're not alone. Jesus is in the fire with you, and when He's with you, that fire cannot consume you. You're not coming out of this the same. You're coming out promoted, refined, stronger, anointed. God doesn't operate by logic. He moves by power. Faith doesn't make sense. It makes miracles. Faith stands before a giant and says, I'm not afraid, because I know who's backing me. You might be looking at the calendar and thinking time is running out, but God doesn't operate by our clocks or deadlines. He doesn't rush, because when He moves with precision. Lazarus was dead 4 days, 4. And Jesus still said, come forth. There are things in your life people have buried, but God is standing outside your tomb right now, and He's calling it back to life. The world says, stay in your lane. God says, I made the lane. Faith isn't about being safe, it's about being surrendered. You don't have to see the whole picture. You don't have to understand the process. You just have to trust the one who promised. And maybe you're thinking, but I'm tired. I don't have any strength left. Good. That's when His strength shows up best. Grace meets you at the end of yourself. The Israelites didn't build a bridge across the Jordan. God parted it, and I believe your Jordan is about to part too. You won't have to manipulate or fight for it. You'll walk into a victory only God could have prepared. You may not feel it, but you are closer than you've ever been. Don't give up now. Don't lay down your sword. Don't stop believing. Joseph sat in a prison for years, but the dream still came true. David ran through caves before he wore the crown. Even Jesus endured the cross before the resurrection. Your trial is not your tomb. Your delay is not your denial. Your battle is not your burial. It's your birthing place. God is not waiting on your strength. He's waiting on your surrender. Stop trying to open doors He already holds the key to. Stop striving for what He wants to freely give. He's Jehovah Jireh, your provider. Jehovah Rapha, your healer, the Lord of hosts, your defender. Every name must bow to Him. Cancer, depression, lack, shame, guilt, fear, they all bow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to believe. Even if your faith is trembling, even if your belief is hanging by a thread, a mustard seed is all He needs. Don't let fear write your future. Don't let disappointment define your faith. Speak life. Declare healing. Prophecy breakthrough. The same Jesus who walked on water is standing in your storm. The same voice that calmed the sea is speaking peace over you right now. And when people ask you, how did you get through, you won't say it was your strength. You won't say it was your plan. You'll say one thing, my God did the impossible. If you'd like, I can adapt this into a spoken word video script, a church sermon outline, a social media caption / series, or a motivational letter or devotional PDF.